Everybody, welcome back to Aux Talk. Thanks for watching the show today. I appreciate you liking these videos, giving them a thumbs up. Share the videos with people as far and wide as you can, and please subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed. While we keep growing this community, I appreciate your comments. They're excellent. They're very detailed, some of them, and I do my best to engage and respond. So let me jump into today's topic. It's particular to my state of California, but for those of you that live in California, this will be no surprise to you. Those of you that live in other states around the country, or maybe other countries, this might be surprising to you. I'm sure you read all the time about the mass exodus of people from the state of California just because of the political climate, the business climate. I don't mean the temperature climate. That is actually pretty good compared to other places around the country, as you're seeing in Florida and during the winter months up on the East Coast and such. But there are lots of other things than having nice weather outside. So this is out of a local news station today, and I saw it out of KTLA. It says, here's how much California spends on each homeless person. California has invested a staggering $24 billion over the past 5 years to address homelessness, a figure that underscores the state's urgent effort to curb this intractable crisis. Yet, as this spending has increased, so has the homeless population. So again, spending is increasing on the homeless, and we're having a continued explosion in the homeless population in this state. The homeless camps, they are everywhere. It says, according to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, an estimated 181,000 people experienced homelessness in California in 2023. That's an increase of 63,000 people over the past 10 years. Again, my personal opinion, my feeling is I would venture to say that number is a lot more than 63,000. It says in 2021-22 fiscal year, when the homeless population was estimated to be 172,000 people, California spent $7.2 billion with a B dollars, which equated to nearly $42,000 per homeless person in this state. And now, of course, the homeless population has grown from 2023 to this year, and so has the spending on each homeless person. It says an estimated 181,000 people experienced homelessness in California in 2023, according to the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development. The spending includes, and let me show you the chart here. It talks about what the spending includes, but we have a breakdown here from 2013, 15, 2017, 19, 22, and then in 2023. It breaks it down into unsheltered count and sheltered count. And look at the numbers, guys. Look at the number of homeless, the explosion in the homeless population. Going back to even 2013, we had a sizable amount of homeless population in this state. Still around 118, 19,000 people, and those are the official numbers, right? So I don't know how they can track this. You have such a large swath of people setting up camps, homeless camps, tents, and such in this state. It says the spending includes housing and rental assistance, physical and mental health outreach, case management, and funds to purchase motels and other types of temporary housing. So that would presumably fall within the sheltered count, right? But we have a substantial amount more of unsheltered than sheltered. Okay, it says, is this money well spent? Many politicians and policy experts, including Governor Newsom, Governor of California, clearly have doubts. It says in 2022, Newsom threatened to withhold $1 billion in funds from cities and counties, criticizing their homeless plans as inadequate. This summer, he directed local governments to clear encampments or risk losing out-of-state funding next year. He says, I want to see results. I'm not going to go down the political rabbit hole of discussing the governor's comments. All I can say is do your research. There was a Supreme Court ruling that came out not too long ago that I believe ordered the state of California to immediately start cleaning up these homeless encampments that are taking over what were once really nice areas. I mean, when I was living in LA in the early 90s, we'd go down to Venice Beach, hang out. It was beautiful. Santa Monica, 3rd Street Promenade, it was great. We'd go out to dinner there. It was a great nightlife. It was safe. Beverly Hills, I worked in Beverly Hills for 2 years at 2 different law firms. You didn't see homeless people around Beverly Hills. You didn't see tents along Olympic Boulevard. So this has been a phenomenon that is making LA just brutal. But again, how much of the comments that are made here by the governor were as a result of recent comments, for sure, as a result of a Supreme Court ruling? You guys can weigh in on that. Leave your comments if you want. It says in a scathing report released in April, the California state auditor determined the state has done a poor job accounting for homeless spending and tracking results. We believe that the state's policymakers and the public need up-to-date information to evaluate the efficiency and effectiveness of billions of dollars in state spending, the auditor's office said, right? Because this is taxpayer money, and we have a pretty hefty state tax rate in California. LA Mayor Karen Bass declared homelessness a state of emergency and launched her $250 million Inside Safe program on her first day of office in December 2022. The initiative directs tens of millions of dollars annually toward programs that transition homeless individuals into temporary and eventually permanent housing. Says a city website that tracks results says more than 21,000 people have been moved indoors since December 22, and more than 5,000 have found permanent housing. As with statewide homeless programs and grants, however, critics question if the money is producing results and is being properly tracked. Again, when you have an increased homeless population, exponentially increasing every year, I'm not an economist or an accountant, but it seems to me the hole just keeps getting dug deeper and deeper. Angelenos, unfortunately, it says, are paying 4 times from their taxes at the federal level. Angelenos, unfortunately, are paying 4 times from their taxes at the federal level, to the state level, to the county level, and city on homelessness. LA City Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez recently told KTLA News, we have to have an honest conversation about which areas are failing to produce the resources for their constituencies. No one is trying to point fingers. We all represent the same people, and we have an obligation to make sure that we resolve this crisis. It says in a wide-ranging survey on the issue, researchers at the University of California, San Francisco interviewed nearly 3,200 unhoused individuals to learn how they ended up on the streets. 12% said a loss of a reduction in income was the cause. Just 4% blamed their own substance use or drinking. And again, I mean, I suppose you will get honest information when you ask those people. I imagine a lot of them are not going to say, well, I'm addicted to drugs or to alcohol. But again, this is not bagging on any homeless population. A lot of people I know fall on hard times. I'm not getting into the political wing in the political state of California. I'm sure you guys can guess, if you follow this channel, where I'm at on that side of the spectrum. I know I get comments all the time from you guys saying you got to get out of California. And look, I mean, we have some serious issues that have to be dealt with. And it's a big transition to do that when you have a relatively young family and you have a business. But anyway, I want to share that with you. I'll leave it there, about 8.5 minutes today. Again, thank you all for watching. Thanks for subscribing and supporting the channel. And I will talk to all of you soon. Bye.